Do you feel the vibes?
What we're going to start off with in this lesson is law of sines. Okay, so for the law of sines, basically, what can we use this for? You can use it to solve a triangle, but there is a condition, right? You can use this if you know one side and the angle opposite to it. That's when you can use law of sines. All right. So, and the law of sines is basically this. It's sine of A over A equal to sine of B over B equal to sine of C over C. Okay, that's the law of sines. So that you have to memorize. Okay. And we never use all three of them together. You always use any two at a time. Okay? But so, for example, this says sine of angle A over A is equal to sine of angle B over B, right? So do you see how it's the sine and the angle opposite and the sine and the angle opposite? Okay, so let's take a look here. It says to solve angle ABC, rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay, so first what I like to do is I like to make a list of all the items I need to find. So in this case, I need to find capital A, lowercase a, and what else? Lowercase c. Okay? All right, so take a look. Can we use the law of sines? Is there a pair where you have both angle and side given, right? Yes. So like, for example, for the B, you have both angle and side given. So we can definitely use law of sines. The pair for which you have both angle and side, that's what you have to start with as your starting point. Okay? Now, for this one, because you have two angles given, it's easy to find that third angle as well. So go ahead and find that third angle. Go ahead and find angle A first. So angle A is 180 minus 100 minus 53. How much is it? 27. Okay. So done with that. Okay, so that's 27. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I need to find, side A, right? Okay, so I'm going to start with the pair that I have given to me. So that is B. All right, so I start with sine of B over B, and I need to find side A, right? I need to connect that to the A's, sine of A over A. Now I plug in what I have. So sine of B over B, sine of 53 over 9 is equal to sine of 27 over A. All right? Okay, now I need to solve for A. So what I'm going to do is cross multiply. Here, 9 sine 27 is equal to this, A sine 53. You see how I'm not plugging anything in so far? Now what do I do to solve for A? Divide by sine 53. So let's go ahead and do that. Divide by sine 53. Divide by sine 53. All right. So A is 9 sine 27 over sine 53. Okay, go ahead and take out your calculators. And let's go ahead and plug this in. Okay, before you plug anything in, these angles are given to you in degrees. So make sure your calculators are in degrees. Go to look at the top right corner and make sure it says DEG and not RAD. All right. All right, so let's see here. I think it says 10th. Okay, so for example, look at mine. It says radian, which I don't want. So I go on top of the radian and I click. So it's degrees. Okay. So if you like, create a fraction. So this is going to be 9 sine 27 over sine 53. Do not plug them in, little by little, and then round, and then, plug in like rounded versions. You need to plug it in all in one shot. And so everybody here, if there are 12 of you in here, all 12 of you need to get the exact same number down to like the 100th decimal number. Okay? So this is going to be 5.116. So this is about 5.1. Okay? Okay, so A is about 5.1. Okay, so now let's take a look at C. For C, I'm going to do like a similar situation. So again, I start with sine of B over B, and now I'm going to connect it to sine of C over little c. So that sine of 53 over 9 is equal to sine of 100 over little c. Okay, so cross multiply again. C sine 53. No, not at all. Is equal to 9. 9 sine 100. We divide by sine of 53. So C is 9 sine 100 over sine 53. Okay? And so we're going to plug that in same way. Yeah. Okay, so for triangle 2, I don't have the diagram. I need to draw the diagram myself. Always draw it so you see a visual of what you're trying to do. So here we go. This is NPQ, right? Label them. You can label it in any orientation, NPQ. Angle Q is 110. Little q is 11. And little n is 8. So I need to find capital N, capital P, and this is little p. Okay. First of all, can I use the law of sines for this? Is there a pair that I have, right? I have Q given to me, so that's what I need to start with. So sine of Q over little q is equal to, now, am I gonna connect this to the p's or to the n's? To the n's, right? Because if you go with the p's, none of the p's are given. You can't have two unknowns, so we got to go with the n's. Sine of n over n. Okay, so sine of 110 over 11. Okay, now I'm going to show you a shortcut with this. Is equal to sine of n over 8. Okay, actually, maybe I'll show you the shortcut next time. Okay, let's cross multiply. So 8 sine 110 over 11 is equal to 11. I'm sorry. Sorry. 8 sine 110 is equal to 11 sine n. Right? What do I divide by? 11. Divide by 11. So sine n is equal to 8 sine 110 over 11. Okay, so now go ahead and plug that in. Whoops. So it's 8 sine 110 over 11. Okay, look at what you get. But what is this equal to? Sine of n is equal to 0.6834 and so on. What is it that you are looking for though? You're looking for n, a degree. So now what you want to do is n is equal to inverse sine of that number. But now look, stop, don't plug anything in. When you are going to plug in inverse sine on your calculator, take a look at what you're going to do. You're going to go here. You're going to go to inverse sine. You're not going to punch in any numbers. Instead, what are you going to type in? The answer. Control, answer, enter. That way, all 12 of you, we could have had 3.5 million people do this, and all 3.5 million will get the exact same answer, right? So n 43.1 degrees. So to do answer, you do control and the negative symbol. You could also do the following. So we had this before. Okay, look up here. Guys, look up here for a minute. We had this before. You could also have done inverse sine, right? Now I want this number. Guys, look up here for a minute, please. Now I want this number in here, right? I press the up button. That's the number I want. Press enter and it inserts that number in there. Press enter. All right? Okay. So next. So now, if this is 43.1, I can find P, right? Angle P is equal to 180 minus 110 minus 43.1. Let me know how much that is. Okay. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to show you a little bit of a shortcut. Okay, take a look. Let's do, okay, so sine of Q over Q is equal to, now we're going to find P. So sine of P over little p. So go ahead and fill this in, but do not cross multiply. Okay, don't cross multiply, just fill it in. So it's going to be sine of 110 over 11. Sine of 110 over 11 is equal to sine of 26.9 over p. Okay, now look. What's your unknown? P. Write P here. Okay? And put a fraction bar. This saves you a step. Now look. take the diagonal that's full. 11 sine 26.9. What haven't I used yet? Sine of 110, that goes down here. You can use this all the time, okay? So go ahead and plug this in, please. And find little p. Don't call out the answer for little p. Yeah, so this is 5.3. Okay, so here we go. Angle DEF, let's draw angle DEF. I don't know why you can't draw straight lines with this anymore. It's really bugging me. So E is 52, little e is 5, F is 9. So I need to find capital F, capital D, and little d. Boy. Okay. So again, we can use the law of sines because we have a pair, right? E is full. Okay, so let's start with sine of 52, or sine of E over E equal to sine of F over F. So sine of 52 over 5 equal to sine of F over 9. Okay, now what's our unknown? Sine of F. Sine of F, right? That's my unknown. Okay, so here's what I do. I write that unknown here with a fraction bar, equals to a fraction bar. So first diagonal gives me 9 sine 52. And then what haven't I used yet? The 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug it in. Right? So sine of F gives you, well, yeah, it's 1.484184, blah, blah, blah. So now how am I going to find F? Inverse sine. Okay, but do inverse sine of the answer, yeah? Do it. Oh, plot twist. You get undefined. Why? Why? What's the range for sine? When you graph sine, how high does it go? 1 to -1. So can you get sine of something to equal 1.4? No. So that means you cannot create a triangle with these given measures. So you say, this is undefined, so you say no triangle. Okay? So the reason is, take a look. If you have a side of 9 and you have a side of 5, and if this is a 52, there is no way to match that to make it a triangle. Like the sides will never match for you to make a triangle. Like it'll fall too short. You see what I mean? Isn't that cool? This is so cool. Like, right? Isn't that cool? Come on. Why are you being so lame? Right? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I know. Right? That is so cool. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. This. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So, areas of triangles, right? Traditionally, we know that we find area of a triangle with this formula, half base times height. Okay? So we know it's a length times a length, and we divide by a half. With using trigonometric functions, the area is so we have three versions of it. It's half BC sine A, or half AC sine B, or half AB sine C. And so now you're immediately like you're lost. You're lost in a sea of ABCs, right? But let's just see what it is that we're talking about, right? Okay, so let's see what we're talking about. So it's half, okay? Between A, B, and C, give me two of the sides randomly.
3 and 4.
No. A, B, and C. A, B. Thank you. A, B. Sine, what haven't I used? C. Do you see that? Yes, you have to use all of them. So now let's do that again. Half. Now instead of A and B, give me a different two.
C and B.
C and B. Sine A. Do you see that? That's how it works. Okay? Yes, because that's the angle. So these two are sides, so they're lowercase. And that's the angle.
But we did A equals, so how is
Well, that's area and that's angle A. But listen, if you also, look, there's also another pattern. If you have A, B, C, so let's take a look at this one. Okay? You have side A and side B. So that's side A. Side B. Where's the angle? Angle C. It's the angle in the middle. Okay? In geometry, there are lots of for the included angles. It's SAS. It's SAS. It's gotta be SAS. So let's look at this second one. So we did side C, we did side B, and we're doing angle A, right? Again, it's the included angle. It's SAS. And if you go up to the beginning of this lesson, right, like you see that like these also like come up here. I just didn't want to, mention those before. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So you see how I have a side, and the included angle, correct? So we have to find the area of this triangle. So let's go ahead and do that. So area is going to be half times 6 times 3 sine of 25, right? Remember, it has to be the sine of the angle, not just times 25, okay? Oh, well, I know, you can do it, okay? So that's the job of you, the sophisticated math student, to keep A for area and A for angle. Okay, you just put that in the calculator, so go ahead and do that. You can just use 0.5, or you could just say, hey, half of 6 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so that's 9 sine 25. What did you get? 3.38. Okay, so it says to round to the nearest tenth, so 3.8. What are the units going to be? Centimeters squared, because this is area. Okay? So remember, it's 6 centimeters times 3 centimeters. So that's centimeters squared. Okay, so take a look at this one. You already can see side B, side C, and angle A. So that already works. And if you draw it, A, B, C, this is 30. Side B is 16. Side C is 22. So that also works, right? It's the included angle. So the area is half times 18. This is, okay, so look, we're going to do this without a calculator. Times 22 times sine of 30. Okay, so what's half of 18? 9 times 22. Okay, hey, what's sine of 30?
Oh.
You know. Okay, 30 is pi over 6. What's sine of pi over 6? Is it 1/2 or root 3 over 2? 1/2. Okay, so now, what's 1/2 of 22? 11, so this is 99 meters squared. Yeah.
Is it always going to be sine for this case?
No, because it's going to be sine, right? Because these formulas are based on the law of sines. Okay. Huh?
Gap.
Well, because this is where we're going to stop today, and then tomorrow we're going to start the law of cosines.
Press start.